Hello, welcome to Nerdgasm Noire Network. I'm JP. With me, I have Deanna and Maria and our special guest, Quinn Murphy. So this is going to be a special episode. We will be playing uh, a game called Underworld, The Exile's Descent. It was created by Quinn Murphy. So Quinn, why don't you tell us, how they can find you, how they can find other games created by you?
Sure. Yeah. I have a blog called Thought Crime. It's at thoughtcrimegames.net, and I blog at this point kind of occasionally. Come up with some harebrained schemes about storytelling games and storytelling in general. And then where I have my really harebrained schemes is a newsletter called Social Fictions. It's at tinyletter.com, Quinn Murphy. Those are very far out. Sometimes even make it to the blog. And then I have a PayHip store uh, where I sell some of the games, Underworld, Community Radio, a few other ones. And I have a Patreon where people can help sort of support all of the harebrained schemes / social fiction that I make, and that's patreon.com/Quinn. So it's pretty easy. When you get on a service early, you get to keep your name, which is great. So I got to keep my name on there because I got it early. And then just a bit about Underworld as we play it here. It's Underworld: The Exile's Descent is a game. It's sort of a roguelike storytelling experience. It's a little different every time. It's sort of got this dungeon crawly experiment, but basically the premise to it is you're playing the Exile, and it's a shared character, so people take turns playing it. And the Exile is this character who was exiled by a king, and for some reason we don't actually quite know at the beginning, and into the Underworld. And the Underworld is a place where things go to be forgotten and changed. And he's in the or he or she, they, whatever it is, because the Exile can be anyone. As they're sort of starting to forget the world around them, that they remember one thing is that if you can reach the heart of the Underworld, all the way through the twisting entropic land, you can actually kind of be reborn and remembered into the above ground world. You can sort of come back. So this is about sort of the Exile and then all of the random things it encounters as it moves through. The Underworld is technically underground, but there are jungles, cities, caves, anything that you can think of. So it's just different each time, and then we'll take turns controlling the Exile and controlling the people he meets, they meets, called denizens. So that's the basic premise of this. And it's very rules light, and it's more on pretend and setup. But I guess I can get that when we play.
All right, so let me do quick business. So
Yeah.
once again, you can find us at nerdgasmnoire.net. You can find us on Twitter, Google+, blah, blah, blah. You can get our show by subscribing to our RSS feed. We're on iTunes. We're also on Stitcher Radio. So let's get started on the game. So DM, Quinn, take it away.
All right, awesome. And the game, another interesting thing about this, there's really technically no DM. I'm kind of running, I'm facilitating right now because I wrote the game and I know how it goes through. It'll be easier that way.
Well,
but
I
there's
made
no,
the game, so I get to tell you what to do.
In this world, I like to think of myself as more of a Sherpa in this. I'm guiding in the place you want to go, but really I'm no authority. So it's not my way it goes. It's just here's the procedures that we're going to use. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out who some basic details of our Exile. We don't know a lot about the character yet. We don't know whether it's male or female. anything about it right now. It's starting to lose its memories even as we speak, as it's on the first level. So to first to find it here, I'm going. I have too many tabs. Sorry, forgive me. Hold on. I hate that. I'm tab lost. There. And did I get? Okay, I gave you all the link to this sheet here. So the first thing we want to do is determine the exile's nature. So the exile's nature is all about sort of some hint as to what it was above ground in the world above. So there are, and that will determine some of its starting tools that it gets, and these are sort of its items or schemes or spells that it gets. So the first one is the Mystic, and this is sort of saying that the exile has a connection with the spiritual or magical. Then there's a Tinkerer, and this is saying that the exile had a knack for discovery and exploring the underpinnings of the physical world, so sort of an engineer type in a way. Ruffian, which is kind of what it sounds like, somebody who's sort of more physical and sort of used to getting what they want with their fists, or intimidation, however you want to look at it. And then a Talker, and this is saying sort of the exile was just a sort of it was charismatic and could sort of use the power of words to get what they wanted. So what do we want the exile to be?
I feel like a talker would be appropriate.
Oh, I was going to do Tinkerer.
Hmm?
But you know what? Let's do Talker.
Talker? Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm definitely down with talker. Tinkerer does sound good, but let's do talker this time.
Okay. And then, so then we'll, so with a talker, you get 2 schemes and 1 arms, and so schemes are basically like plans. That your tools are actually you'd come up with these crazy schemes, and that you can sort of use them to aid you. So does somebody want to roll a couple of dice?
I'll do it.
Okay.
What do I gotta roll?
Roll 2 dice right now.
Just D6s?
Yeah. Everything's a D6 in this.
Oh, cool. Easy.
Yeah.
I don't have to try and figure out.
Yeah, we're trying to make it easy there. Trying not to make you go
I got
a bunch of crazy dice.
I got 1 and 1.
1 and 1. Okay, re-roll 1. The one of the ones. Just roll again.
All right.
The,
and 5.
5. Okay. So 1 and 5 gives us these schemes. So the first one is Now You See Me. You use fast talking and confusing patterns to get your victim to hyper-focus on you, then cause a quick distraction that lets you slip away when their attention moves away. So that's one of the schemes that this exile sort of knows and can use when they're in some kind of crazy situation.
Oh, cool.
So, so I'm putting this under tools and scheme. Now you see me. And 5 gives us God, I have too many times. Okay, transformational conflict. So the exile turns contention into an opportunity to change someone they encounter or change the relationship. So you can be in a fight. You know, it's almost sort of the scheme where you're in the middle of a fight and you're like, but I know we are both like love, you know, the heat of battle. Yes, I do too. And then you become best friends from like mortal enemy kind of thing. You get to sort of, say that right thing where you realize you have something in common, or that there's some weird dynamic that you didn't know about. You can't defeat someone with a scheme, but you can sort of turn them into an ally potentially. So transformational conflict. So these are the schemes that we have, and then the last one, I'll roll another die, and this is for the other implement we have, or other tool we have, which will be, I believe, a arms.
And that's 2 schemes, right?
Just one this time. So you get two schemes in one.
I got 2.
I'm sorry, what'd you get?
I got 2.
2. Okay. And so, and okay, so that comes up to. Sorry. Way too many windows. There. Sorry. Okay, there. And so then you have an arms, which are basically weapons, and a 2 is the greedy Chris. And so all the arms are sort of magical weapons, but they're all weird magical weapons. Greedy Chris, and a Chris is sort of like a wavy sword. I believe this origin is from India, so it's a weird sort of wavy blade. So it's a wavy blade that desires its owner to have material wealth at all costs, interested in slaying and robbing those with greater wealth than the wielder, apathetic about the impoverished, will sob quietly to itself at night if you don't give them enough money. So that's the thing that we're walking
Such a
around
sad sword.
with. Well, money can't buy you love, and all it cares about is money.
Oh yeah, good point.
So that's what we know about what the Exile has and what it's picked up and what it's done. But now we need to know something about the makeup of the Exile, right? So the Exile is wandering kind of about the first, in the initial levels of the Underworld, trying to gain its bearing, and comes into kind of a pool of water and sees its reflection. What does the Exile see when it sees itself?
Like physically or?
Yeah, physically. Like, so you're basically looking at a reflective, like a mirror of some sort.
So I think we all agree that it got to be a black woman. So
I'm down with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of hair? What kind of features?
Okay, this is just me. Y'all can downvote me if you want. I say locks because I get them.
Okay. I vote for locks.
I'm down with locks.
Anything else distinguishing? There doesn't have to be any more detail than that.
Facial scar. Every time I play a game, I want all my female characters to have facial scars, so facial scar.
Ooh. What kind of facial scar?
She has a scar that goes, you know how it's like a vertical scar that's goes basically through her left eye.
Okay. Deep? Like, does it go from forehead to chin, or is it just small over the eye?
I'm gonna make it forehead to chin.
Ooh.
Brutal.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. And just so you know, this part is we determined the Exile's nature, and this is the Exile's body, right? And so we're gonna I'm gonna talk about different body parts, and it's not literally this is the Exile's eyes, but it's not her eyes. It's what she sees in herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And any other details we want to throw in on the eyes? Or are we good there?
Maria, was there anything you wanted to throw in?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
Not yet.
Can I say that? Okay, since she mentioned a scar,
Mm-hmm.
I want her right arm to have light burn.
Wait, what?
Slight burn, like when you are getting slightly burned, and it's not a bad.
Oh, a burn. Okay, I heard I want her right arm to have light fur. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Okay.
Plot twist: she's a centaur.
Right.
Okay, cool. So now, kind of seeing yourself brings back a memory, but before the memory even comes in, you feel something. The feeling comes in first. And what do you feel? What does the exile feel? What's the prime kind of emotion it's feeling right now, or she's feeling now, since we know?
Mm,
I was
Confusion.
Ooh.
I will say there is a want for connection, but not sure what type of, like, she just know that she wants a connection, and she doesn't know why.
Okay. All right, that's perfect. So I'll put confusion and want for connection. So okay. So now we're learning something, but then as a sort of feeling washes over her, the memory comes in, and this is the exile's head. Um, what does the exile remember from life above, the normal life, quote unquote? Um, what's a? It doesn't have to be a detailed memory, just a sort of a vague. It could be an image or a person or anything.
well, clearly fire because she was burned.
Mm, yeah.
I would say, okay, like piggybacking on the fire thing, like the silhouette of uh, another woman behind fire.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Sweet. So then we have memory. I'm just going to write down memories of fire and the silhouette of another one, right? And so we'll just sort of, those will be our lynch points for that. So guess what? We're now that was character creation.
Oh, we're done.
That's it.
Easiest character creation.
And
ever.
now we're ready to get into it. And now we sort of know something about it. We've got the setup, and now, like a lot of the games, so don't get too attached to anything in the body, because as the exile traverses levels, remember the underworld changes you. So each level, one of these, we're going to change one of these parts of the body. So she could look at herself and see something new, and that was different from, and it could be very radically different, or she could remember something different, or have different feelings. So these are going to change. So then we will start with so how this is going to go is each the exile goes through these scenarios, sort of little meetings and encounters. Some of them might be violent, some are whimsical, whatever. The game's not addicted to combat. There are no combat rules. For example, it's about sort of whatever the interaction is, and then at the end of we'll do a scene for a bit. We'll actually put it on timer, and we'll just sort of act out a scene or do whatever, and then we will, at the end of it, whether it wraps up or not, we don't have to try and finish it, just play it out naturally. And then what we can do is, after the timer goes off, we're going to, each of us, decide whether the whether the encounter was risky or rewarding for the exile, and why. And we can kind of add stuff to it that didn't happen, but this thing would happen in the future, I think. And then the exile rolls dice and has stuff happen based on that. So we will. I will lead out the first situation to sort of show how we're going to do it. Who wants to be the exile?
Me.
Oh,
Okay.
I already called it. Me.
I was thinking D anyway.
All right. So So here we're going to, in a scene, I'm going to pick a... Sorry, computer is acting slow here. Somebody roll a die. So one of the first scenes is
Okay. So
I'm not sure how to do this. There's so many selections.
You got it, JP?
okay. It's
Or is it like no?
no, it did it now. It's just really slow. I got a 4.
4. Okay. All right. So I'll tell you what that means in a second. So one thing about these, when we do the scenes too, so these scenes are basically all made up. So that's freeing in a sense, but also constraining in a sense. When you're making stuff up on the fly, you might not know how to react or know what to do next. You can always, but you don't have to worry about breaking immersion. This is not improv class. You're not going to be sort of graded on it. So if you're stuck for an idea or stuck for what's next, you can just time out, sort of let us know you're kind of stepping out of the scene and ask, hey, what do I do here? Or, does anybody have any ideas? And anybody who's not in the scene can just throw out something, oh, do this, or, oh, this would be neat. And then you can get that and go on. So you can always ask for help. But we don't give help unless you ask for it. So we're not trying to do it for you.
Okay.
And this goes for the Exile or the Denizen. So I'm going to play the Denizen for this first scene. And I will take this. Okay, so when we do the scenes, I'm going to pick, we have these situations for each level. The first level is the grotto. And this is sort of just the basic, it's the most cave-like of the area.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones start to change and get a little weird as we go through. So first I'm going to read off one of these, the start of one of these situations. First, to myself, I pick an intent for the denizens in the scene. So for the grotto, the basic intents are regret or desperation or bliss. These are kind of their rough motivations and things that they're trying to do in their relationship to the exile. And then I'm going to read you a situation, and then we're going to look at what the perspective or camera kind of angle of it is. That's what the die I had you roll was, the 4, and I'll tell you what that is in a second. So I'll just lead in here. Okay, so you come out of the cave out into what looks like the kind of back alleys of some street. You don't know where the cave ended, and this sort of rogue's alley began, but you're walking it now, and it's winding, it's twisting, it's becoming dense. You smell not unpleasant smoke coming from around, but definitely something weird about it. And then you come across a small group of pale humanoids huddling around a stale-smelling pit. They appear to be drained of all hope in life, and then they hear your footsteps, and they turn to see you with their white, pupilless eyes. One of them holds out a hunk of meat still attached to a bone.
Nah.
And so this is now kind of that's the part I read. I also ad-libbed a bit of it too, and you can do that too. I sort of added a little setting to the situation. Feel free. Now that 4-year-old was going to be what the sort of perspective of it is, and this time it's the exile's tale. And so this is saying, okay, of the perspective, the point of view is from the exile, like normal, and basically the exile gets to tell us what they're doing, what they're seeing, but there are other ones where it actually might be from the denizen's point of view, and sort of I'm the main character and the exile's talking and reacting, things like that. So it's sort of think of it as a kind of a camera trick, but it changes how we talk about it. So basically, yes, you can sort of interact now, and I will do a timer to start with. We'll set a timer for how long do you want to do for like 3 minutes to start, maybe, or five? Like 3 might be a good one, and we can go longer or shorter.
3 sounds good.
Okay, yeah. Three can be like an eternity sometimes. I mean, it just can be long, or sometimes it's not enough. But as we get started, okay. So one of them offers you the meat. So, how do you want to react to it?
I am going to recoil because it's still on the bone, and that's gross. And that's probably what that smell is. It's
What?
them cooking someone. Are they cooking someone?
What do you not like it? You haven't even tried it. Come closer, and sort of, the first one offering you the hunk sort of scrabbles towards you, sort of like, just picture Golem with a big hunk of meat, like Flintstone style, coming out like, try it, you'll like it.
Definitely not.
And it's definitely about invading your space. And so, timeout. One thing you can do here too, as you talk, you can sort of choose. Remember, you have these schemes.
Oh yeah.
You can use a tool in there, but just remember when you use a tool, you put it at risk. So you could risk losing it.
Oh.
But it helps you in the scene. So keep going. So just let us know if you want to use one of those.
I don't want to risk losing anything too early.
Okay.
So I won't do that. Can I ask what it is? What is it, tiny creature things?
Oh, it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and something extra. And it gets a odd gleam in size that you can't quite trust, that maybe you don't trust.
How long have you guys been eating this?
Well, let me think. How long have I lived? Long enough. Are you sure you don't want to try? And you sort of see some of the other humanoids sort of starting to come over, and they've got their own little chunks. It's starting to feel a little less like a offer.
And more like a command.
Just ate.
Yeah.
Oh God, Man, I feel like I have to use a thing.
I mean, you can just have a reaction. It just helps you here. It helps with the reactions there. But like, what do you want to do? Are you going to run? Do you want to fight them? What do you want to do?
I think the best thing to do would be to run away.
Wait. But you do realize, you have the now you see me.
Yeah, but I don't want to use it and then lose it and then later on be like, well, guess I'm stuck with this crazy dragon thing. We just got here.
Oh, so you can lose schemes too?
Yeah, like you sort of lose confidence in it or what have you. So
Yeah,
you're
so
gonna
if I use it and it doesn't work, then it's like, oh, I'm not. This isn't. So I'm gonna run.
Okay, all right, and so you're running, and then that's a time.
Oh.
So that's fine. So you're running. That's where we leave it. And so now we go to risk reward. So every one of us, including me, but not the Exile. So the Denizen gets to do it, but not the Exile. Everybody else gets to judge whether what you did was whether the scene would have ended up very risky, sort of potentially dangerous to you, or maybe there was some hidden reward, and we can make it whatever we want, like whatever we think makes sense. So I could say, well, by running away, you actually, as you run away, you meet the city guard, and they maybe reward you for finding this weird cannibal cult, and then they put them away for you. Right? I could
So they're
do that.
definitely cannibals?
Well, they can be anything. They're when you say it, that is a potential thing that they could be. And so basically you pick risk reward and give like a sentence to one. So I'll start off and I'll say that it was risky because these things are faster than you'd think, and they've grown tired of the old flesh they're eating, so they're particularly motivated. So they might get a piece of you. So that's not a theme that happened. That's a theme. These are things that could happen. So so what's the next one?
Okay,
Sorry.
so I feel that it was risky because
Okay.
those. Okay, one, they looked like they was eating people. So, and I guess, since they was already on kind of alert when they saw us, I was scared since they was eating like random people that they was looking at us like a next meal. So, like, since we ran, they might run after us and catch us.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
And
it was risky too.
Christy? Okay. All right. So then we now the exiles can be in a wee bit of trouble. So now remember all that part where it was like there's no combat rules, there's no this or that. Well, there is a lot of danger in the game, and you can actually the exile can die in this game. The exile is not guaranteed a happy ending, and that's kind of part of the weird thing of it.
Welcome to
So
Eaten by Cannibals.
you're unlikely to have it ended right here, but it is possible. We've killed the exile relatively early before, so
Dang, already?
so what we do here is
Apparently, we suck when we don't have the builds to like.
well, and I will also add that it's kind of up to us, right? Because we can always soft pedal the exile if we really just want to see the end. We can be like, well, everything turns up peaches, and we can actually, because we're just deciding, there's no rules. We could just say, oh, there was a warning. Oh, you ran and slipped and fell into like a pot of gold, right?
Yeah, you guys could have said that they had that weird shaky cannibal thing and couldn't run after me.
Exactly. But we didn't do that. We made it risky. So then roll. So here's where a tool would have helped. When you use one of your tools, you get a free reward die. So it gives you a chance for something good to happen. And now we're going to roll 3 dice and take the highest. So
I'll roll it.
okay.
Okay. This is your neck on the line.
I got 4, 4, and 3.
4, 4, and 3. Okay. So one of the options is sorry. We use the 4, the highest one. So you lose the. Sorry, this is going slow. Okay. So you either lose the use of a tool that you used in the scene, or you lose 2 essence. Now it has 3, so this can be dangerous. And then you choose one of the descriptions of risk. So one of the risky scenarios we gave, and then describe how that sort of damaged you, or caused you to lose the essence.
Okay, so I didn't use a tool, so
Right,
that's safe.
Yeah.
So I lost 2 essence. Basically what happens is I tried to run away, but like Quinn said, they're faster than I realized. So they caught up with me, and they attacked me, and they didn't have the old meat because I was the fresh meat. But this cult is weird. They only eat like one hand. I don't know. They eat off a hand. And so basically they took my left hand and scrabbled off with it.
Okay. Yep.
Jesus, that's a lot. I mean, couldn't they just like take a lock or something?
I was gonna say that they were gonna take a leg, but I was like, no, I need to run more often. So
Like bump a hand.
All right, so we get out of that with 1 hand intact. Woof. That is dangerous. So our exile is in danger here. So the other thing here too is for the exile, you usually do the exile one person. So there's 2 of these situations per level, and there are 4 levels, and so the same exile go. The same person use the exile twice, and then it switches over.
Oh.
So now, are we hitting our? We're almost. It seems like we're almost at our time right now. Do we want to do one more and wrap up, or do we want to go longer? I don't.
But I can go first, though. I don't know about.
I can go on. We can. We can.
Okay.
We can keep going. Yeah.
Empire doesn't come on for another hour.
All right, great. So now, here's a question: who wants to be the denizen this time? So I did it the first time.
So since Deanna was the one who was in trouble, I think she gets to choose what.
I want to be the denizen.
Okay, we'll swap. So who wants to be the exile?
Deanna.
I'll be the exile.
Oh, okay. Well, Maria.
Okay.
I don't want JP to be the denizen because she'll kill everybody.
Why would I kill everybody?
JP will be like, he's dead.
Yeah, I probably would kill everybody.
Hopeless situation, you're dead.
So sad, so sad.
So does everyone have the Underworld PDF open?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So on page 16 will be intense. Right, so this is one of those out of one of the motivations for your for whatever the denizen is there. So for that last scene, I actually used desperation. They wanted you to be part of this thing so bad, but they really kind of wanted you. So they were sort
something
of
from you.
Right, yeah. So but they're again in the grotto that a common one is also sort of regret. You still have enough memory of what you have left to regret what you've done. And so you're just like, woe is me. So you kind of a pity party that you want the exile to play part of. Or bliss, you're just like, everything's cool, everything's fine, let's dance forever until we're forgotten. Kind of sort of Joker-style nihilism. So you want to... so Maria, you're going to be the denizen?
I'm the denizen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. We saw it. So, Yana's the denizen, and Maria, you're the exile?
Right.
All right. So then we're going to... so, Deanna, you sort of can pick one of these motivations in secret.
Okay.
And then you can pick one of these situations. And I picked two, so you want to pick another one?
All right.
And then, JP, if you can roll a die for us here.
I got 4.
4, okay. So this is Exile's Tale again. So this is basically... Exile's Tale is basically the default perspective. Like, the Exile's the main character, and they're sort of describing against there. But if you change it around, the denizen might... we might be... sort of saying, what does the exile do, and how does the denizen react, and we're more focused on that. So, and there are a couple other really weird ones too. So do you have a situation in mind?
Yes.
Okay, and then if you want it there, I have on the Underworld resources sheet that the random character traits thing if you need some help there. But otherwise, if you got something in mind, go. It's basically only there to if you're stuck. But if you're good, we can go.
All right.
So I guess so now the exile's going to they've had this encounter and then they're coming up into another thing, and you can like I did do a preamble into the scene or just start doing it.
All right.
Just read up. Sorry.
I'm gonna read it. Okay. So I'm trying number 10 says, "Lost, aren't we? A smiling Dayani, long black hair in a braid, perched on a mound. A donation trespasser. Your forgotten things, your worthless trinkets, forgotten dolls, keepsakes, and mementos whirl around her, eyes glinting. Or you become part of the heap."
Okay. And so how's the exile reacting to that? What are you doing?
So I can become part of the heap, or I can... What exactly?
Give me something. Give me a memento or a keepsake.
Okay. I can give her a lock of my hair.
Okay.
Why is this important to you?
I have a timer on.
Oh, for how long?
For 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you need help, call us. We can give you something. But otherwise, just
Okay, Jen, why would the lock be important?
um, maybe it represents, it represents who you were.
Oh, I
It's
got, yeah.
who I remember.
It's one of the ties to my past.
I think you're trying to trick me. What makes it so special?
Okay. Marie, still one idea.
Yes.
You could say it was a memory of someone dear to me who um, cared for this hair.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
But would I remember that?
Sure.
You wouldn't really look. It doesn't matter.
She doesn't know, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, she doesn't know.
Because every Sunday, after all of the work was done, and before the sun had gone down, it would be a special time with me and my mother. She would retwist my hair. We would talk about the trials of our week. It was some of the most cherished times that I ever had. So every lock is a memory of her and I.
Ooh.
Then I want all of them.
Can't have all of them.
All or your
You asked for a single item, and that I'm giving to you. Well, it may just be a lock of hair, but contains a very rich memory. You can't just get those anywhere.
Do you want to use any of your schemes or items there? You do have a blade, if it gets to that. Someone. I just want to remind you. I want to remind you of your tools if you want to use something too. In there. You have the now you see me sort of the distraction one, or the transformational conflict one, or your blade. I'll remind you of the blade again.
I don't know if you know, but stabby, stab, stab.
Okay, well, let's see what happens next first.
Okay.
I want them all, or you're part of the heap.
Okay, now you see me.
Ooh, okay. So you're like, hey, look over there. And
Hey, look.
and time. Just in time, actually. Okay. So now risk reward. So we'll lead JP. Risk reward and what?
I say reward because even if they was insistent about taking all her hair, at least the hair wasn't like a body part. So I feel like she could have at least kind of got out of there without getting badly hurt.
Okay. Deanna, risk reward.
I would also say reward.
Reward. Okay. I'm gonna say risk. I think once. Sorry. And why'd you say reward again?
I would say basically for the same reason as JP. She's either going to just lose her hair entirely.
Mm.
I don't think she's going to just, all right, well, kill me because you can't have my hair.
So I think it's risk because once it's sort of so enticed by that kind of memory. What it's really looking for is the memory attached to things, and there are so many memories in there. Once she knows that, she's like, "Oh, this is perfect." Like I'll just take everything. So this entity is very greedy and won't stop. So that's what I think. That's what I think the risk is. So now So now we have a split, right? So now we've got 1 risk and 2 reward there. So roll a die for the risk. Oh, and we're going to add another 1 for the reward because we used a tool.
Okay, so that's 2.
3.
Okay, so that's 2 die that I have to roll.
Sorry, one die for risk.
Okay, so I'm rolling the risk one, and that's a 5.
5. Okay. So you lose use of the tool that you use in the scene, or you lose 2 essence. Since we only have 1 left, we probably want to pick the tool. So that scheme is sort of that's only going to work once right now. So that's gone. But now it says to choose one of the descriptions of risk. There's only 1. So sort of take that description I gave of the risk and sort of what you do about it and how you, I guess, ultimately get away. And then, sorry, that's for Maria, the Exile.
Okay. Well, it worked this time, right?
Yep.
Can I just run away? Like keep running.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fine. Like, I guess it sort of just represents your, your luck running out there. Like, you sort of got to use your luck up, but probably don't want to go there again. So now, on the upside, you get 3 reward dice. So we're going to roll 3 and use the highest.
So I got 1, 2, and 5.
1, 2, and 5. Hey. So you recover 1 essence and describe how the scene has reinvigorated you, either healing you or restoring your sense of self.
Well, I'm glad to get away, so, that feels great. So far, avoided being eaten and being snatched bald. That's good. And also, I realized what I told her was true.
Oh.
So you actually, your lie is actually a memory.
Right.
That sounds good. Okay, so 1 essence back. And then after that, the Exile descends deeper into the Underworld. So then going to the next level here, and we'll just do this last thing. Unless people want to go through, I have time, but if we're going to stop here, this will be good right after this. What, from the Exile's body, what's different? What part changes? Eye, heart, or head? Appearance, feelings, memory.
Well,
And what was
memory, knowing that. Huh? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No. Go on.
No, I mean just realizing that what you told them was actually a real memory. So now you know you had a family. At least you had a mom.
So maybe that confusion is turned into something else because of the regained memory.
Well, okay. maybe the confusion and want for connection becomes connection.
Because in your memory, you see your face in your mother's.
Yep. So which one do we want to change, the heart or the head? So the heart is the feeling, and the head is the memory.
Gosh.
Yes, heart. All right.
Choose. I guess the feeling, so the heart.
Okay. And what do you want to change it to?
Hope.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hope. And then you just send in. So then here we would actually go through, and then there's a whole for the second level. The second level is I hate when I forget what I name things myself. That always makes me feel really great. This is one of the side effects of designing lots of things. Eventually, you run into the thing that you can't remember that you made. The
Well, I mean, that's probably why the platypus exists. So.
Like I put a bunch of stuff in the pot and just put it
I
over
had
there.
leftovers. I didn't know what to do with. I didn't
It's
want
got
them
a
spoiled.
bill and it's poisonous. Yeah, sure. It's like a duck, beaver, whatever. Put it over there. That's where it goes.
That'll work.
After my break, whatever, I'm done.
And then like half a millennium later coming back and go, what is this?
Yo, the platypus would be the thing that somebody comes up with right after lunch when you're in that kind of sleepy phase. When like you just got back from lunch and you're tired, but you still gotta work. He was like, yeah, let's just put this stuff together. That works.
Okay. Have a good weekend, guys.
And so the level 2 is the Unburdened Realms, and that's sort of where the grotto is still kind of that's the initial if there's where the 12 stages of grief, right? The grotto would be the first couple, and then the Unburdened Realms is just like I'm free, right? I don't even know who I am. I don't know my name. I'm like really good, and that's sort of where people first start to sort of transform. Like you find sort of some monsters here, things like that. They make sort of wild variations from there. So that would be the second level, and then the third level's something. What's that? Hold on.
I want to try one on the second level because I want JP to be the
Yeah. I'm
What?
down.
Wait, what?
I want JP to be the Exile.
Oh, looks like your number's been called up. You're up.
Oh, what's happening? I think my computer froze. What?
I still see you.
We can still hear you. Connect
Even more importantly, you're blinking.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Like she's gonna get a plastic bag and ruffle up the speaker like you're breaking up.
Okay.
Let me just put erase the scheme we have missing, right? So just keep in mind you've got the scheme, the transformational conflict. You can sort of turn a fight into a friend, and then the greedy Chris, the money-hungry sword. So who is going to be the denizen? Rhea? You want to do it? Okay, sure. Well, we'll help. We're here. So, you're doing great, though. For what? This is your third role playing?
Second.
Second? You're doing great. Seriously. So then, so on page 18 will be the Unburdened Realm here. And so there will be the intents. So I'll just announce them right now. So the intents that you find here as these creatures are finding sort of this monstrous transformations are anger. We're expressing sort of rage at injustice or lashing out at the exile. Curiosity, you're sort of who are you? And intimidation, you just want to make the exile do something. So those are the three main motivations. And then also feel free to, in that resource, then I have that link to the character traits generator. If you just get on there and roll, that can give you ideas for who that person might be, in addition to the motivation. And then you'll also want to pick one of the situations there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And then, take a second. There, and if you want to, another thing in sort of the next revision of this, I'll probably make this explicit, is just you can get help on these things. You're like, oh, what do I do here? And we can throw out ideas or anything that it's not. While it's meant to sort of be creative, it's not. Again, it's not a contest. So we're all in it together. But do you have something?
I think so.
You ready? All right. Cool. So the exile descends having recovered some memories that leave her feeling, what was it, hopeful exile. And then Maria, what does she encounter?
Dreams, breathes a figure, its dark, umber skin melting into liquid silver. It stares at you with hollow, sand-colored eyes. You feel that it was once human. An old nightmare slips away, then a memory of a dance from your homeland. Experiences, dreams, and hopes begin dissolving from your mind.
Mm. And somebody roll a die. Sorry, we have to do the perspective. Sorry.
Anna.
Hold up. I'm just rolling one.
Yep, just one.
5.
5. Another Exile Tales one. Okay, that's fine. It is the most common one on purpose. You don't want to get too weird. So okay. So this is a normal Exile's Tale there. Let me just put up a timer. And Exile, your reaction. What do you?
Did you do that? Are you creating or taking dreams? Why are you here?
These are my woods.
Oh, so these are your words. Yeah, since these are your words, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm not sure where. Do you know where the others go?
What's your
One thing you could do is how assume the others are true, right? What do you? How do you feel about the others? Do you like them, hate them? What's your motivation, and how did that relate?
I've spent some time among the others just to try and learn about their ways, but so far, I like to go my own way. Be by myself. But I travel from here and there. If you're looking for them, I can take you there.
Are these others that you no longer want to travel with? Are they dangerous? Are they helpful?
Yes.
So they're dangerously helpful. Okay. But I noticed something. The words that you speak of dreams, something happens. As our journey goes on, what I can help you get more dreams from others.
Then we have an accord.
And let's try it.
Mm. And then the other thing I'll say is if you think you've come to an end or something like an agreement here possibly, then we can just stop. We don't have to run out of time if we don't want to.
Okay. I think I made a friend. So
Yeah.
Jamie wants to stop it where it's good. Hey, nothing bad happened. I still have my other hand and my hair. Let's.
Well, you don't have your hands yet. Because we
right,
got to get to the risk and reward. We get to shape this however we like. We can sort of cast this in the future. I could be like, well, you had a friend, but you're betrayed. I'm not going to do that, but we can always feel free to grieve the exile. But let's see. Well, let's start with Deanna. What risk reward?
I think it was a risk. This is a stranger who says he owns the woods and he's just going to take you somewhere. That's how Hansel and Gretel ended up in somebody's oven from trusting people. He's going to take you somewhere and probably eat you. Everybody's a cannibal.
Yeah. Risk reward.
I say reward. The first entity you've met in the forest that wasn't trying to get something from you. You offered. and
Okay.
actually told you some information.
Hmm. And I will actually say reward too. Here, I will say that the hope that is sort of exuding, like the hope the exile's feeling is infectious, and sort of any sort of possible danger that might come from this entity is actually kind of minimized by that hope. The sort of they're caught up in it.
Yay, hope.
Yay, hope! So now we're gonna roll one die for the risk.
Alright. Are you rolling or did I roll?
It doesn't matter who rolls really.
And I got a 3.
A 3. You lose one essence, and you choose a description of risk that was given to describe why you lost it. So basically the one was it.
So as I was traveling with the entity and we got close to where the others were, I was hoping this will take me to the next level in um, the underworld and what the entity says about the others being dangerously helpful too. Uh, they they attempt to attack me in the entity once we got close.
Okay. Yeah. And then roll two dice and figure out what rewards possibly we get.
So I got a 3 and a 4.
3 and 4, so 4 is the highest. So you gain magic. So we can either roll a spell, a spell from the book, or uh, we can just make up one right here and call it something. Which do you want to do?
Okay, since I'm getting the contact.
Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Do we make up the item?
Okay, so I want to use, since I'm getting space and others, um, I want to use the head turner.
The what?
The head turner.
Head turner. Okay.
And so I use the head turner to distract the others away from me. Um, I guess since it's only, okay, away from me. And then I realize that I see something that they are holding. And so while they're distracted, um, the, the kind of the items or something that I see kind of glimmering from them, uh, they don't notice me taking it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
And and me to instantly get away from the others.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And
Yeah, and so you sort of escape from them and sort of carry on to the next thing. So, yeah. What do you want to stop here? Is this, or do you want
uh,
to? I mean, I'm ready. I pretty much got nothing for the night, but I want to respect folks' time because I know you're talking about an hour before, but
do y'all want to keep going or should we stop here and maybe try it like, oh, we could set up maybe another game.
I would love to do another game if you guys are into it.
We have to set up another game, and we also have to set up the us versus Yellow Peril and Magical Negro.
Oh!
Axon Punk. We have to do the Axon Punks. I really liked Axon. I like this, and I like Axon Punk. So guess what, you guys? You guys are playing tabletop games with me.
I like that. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
It's a super fun game.
Mhm.
All right.
Was it too hard to get into, or was it?
No, no, not at all.
Oh, I actually kind of like it, but I guess it just made me think about, okay, how do I want to tell the story? And
Mhm.
I think if we play again, I'll probably be more comfortable because right now it's like off the hip, trying to think of, okay, what is the person gonna do? But now that I know, okay, so just whatever, just made it just go naturally and whatever you come up with, like it doesn't feel like anything I'm doing is wrong.
Right. Yeah. The way that I want to kind of steer it, and it's weird because coming at it from different angles, it can be kind of hard to untrain it. What I'm trying for is something where there are no wrong moves. You're not trying to figure out what's right or wrong. It's just like what is the story, and sort of trying to find what you feel, and sort of derive it from that. So it's a little different. I mean, and other ways are fine too. Sort of more game oriented ones. I played them for like 20 something years, and I still like them. But this isn't trying to be those. So
Well,
so
thank
yeah.
you so much for introducing
It's fun.
us. It was awesome.
It's super fun.
Awesome. I had a lot of fun. Let's do this again.
Yay!
Okay, so once again, can you let the audience know where they can find you, the game, and all that good stuff?
Sure. They can find the blog, thoughtcrimegames.net. I think it might be actually down, so I'm not sure why I'm telling you about it. I have to go fix it after this. But you can actually, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Quinn. Even just a little bit of support helps me build these things and publish them. And I have PayHip site, a store, payhip.com/thoughtcrime, all one word. And I'm also on Twitter at QH_Murphy. I'm a loudmouth. Will clog up your timeline. I have to warn everybody of that. I try and be interesting, but I might be too much. But I will tell you my Twitter just in case you're interested. And I think those are the main things.
Hey, what about your latest game, the Five Fires?
Oh yeah, five. Oh jeez. I am officially doing too much stuff. I didn't think what's going on. I have too many things going on because I forget about these. Five Fires. So I'm picking up a game I've been working on it actually off and on for a couple of years now, and I sort of had to go design other games like Underworld so I could figure out how I wanted to finish it, and now I have it. And Five Fires is a game. It's a game about art, but the art is hip hop, and the five fires are the five elements of hip hop, and the fifth element, knowledge of self, is actually represented by you playing in the game. So this sort of as you embody it, you decide to play a breaker, MC, and you basically play people who can make art and using the art to help them deal with the stress of everyday life, but also maybe to change their environment and their world. And so there's Five Fires, so you can go to 5-fires.com, and we have a site there, and there's a current beta. It's going to be changing a lot, but what's there is good. The bones of it are there, but expect something very different soon.
Woo!
That's
Very cool.
awesome too. Hold
So maybe we'll have to play Five Fires soon too.
Hey!
Yeah.
So Deanna can rap about food. So.
I was gonna be a breaker. Thank you very much.
No way. You have to be a
Dance
rapper.
for food. Thank you.
All right. So once again, thank everyone for watching the show. So I'm JP. I have Maria here. Have Deanna. You can find Nerdgasm Noire on Twitter at Nerdgasm Noire. Website nerdgasmnoire.net. You already know the spiel. Check out our Twitter. Check out our website. Donate monies, cash monies.
Dollar pimp.
Yes.
And also, we just wanted to thank everyone who was so supportive of us, especially during Black Bloc Podcast.
Yes.
So much love, you
Oh,
guys.
thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So just make sure you tell your friends and family about our show. Just rep all these people that come on our show and share with us what they do. Hint Quinn, go buy some games. And with that, we will see y'all another time.
Sweet.
Have a great night. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And